Hello, folks. This is Alan in today's news, and I finally got figured out why my links wasn't working. I haven't fixed the ones in the past, but from now on, they are going to start working. If you go down in the description box and click on them, and what we got for you right now is a woman. This is from Scary Mommy. A woman went viral for sharing why she created a nightclub that doesn't allow men. She said, "Sorry, boys, but quite frankly, we are sick of your, poop, is what I'm going to call it. We have been tired of your catcalls and grabs, but have often felt it's simply just part of the night scenes. Until now, TikTok has discovered every girl's hero, Teddy Edwards, I guess her name's Teddy, who was inspired by her negative experiences with men at nightclubs to actually do something about it. She created a female only club and it's widely successful. Yeah, whatever, just for any female or just a lesbian club. Anyway, 6 years ago, a man ruined my night out for the very last time. She began her reel, then showing footage of a packed nightclub, she wrote, and I created a woman-only nightclub. It's now the biggest in the country with 2,000 women a night. They must make a lot of money. Holy cow, the video which was posted last month ago, has collected 3.6 million views and over 800,000 comments. Okay, but I actually feel so safe and free to just exist and dance in the environment, one person wrote. Went to an only ladies nightclub once. It was the first time. I didn't have almost to fight someone to protect a drunk girl. Love them, SM, another shared. Her videos have even caught the attention of BuzzFeed to reach out to Teddy in hopes of learning more about the insanely genius business venture. I started Lick because I just had enough of going to straight clubs and every single time having some sort of issue with men, she told BuzzFeed. The final straw that broke the camera's back was I walked into my friend's album label, Lante Shorich, and within seconds, a man grabbed my ponytail and pulled me backwards across the club, all the way to the bar because he wanted to buy me a drink. Well, that should be illegal anyway, you know. Lick, I guess that's the person's name, which is intended for all women. Oh no, it's a bar name, including those who identify as women or non-binary in the LGBTQ community, is meant to be a safe place. So it is a lesbian bar there. Everyone is sick of how men behave on nights out at this point, and the gay bars are no better either. Most queer women I know have been questioned or denied entry to most gay bars in London. We've been told before that it's because we just don't spend money and cause trouble and leave queer women very few options for where to go in London. So this bar is over in London then. If you're wondering if Teddy has some advice for the boys, or I mean men, she shared, men need to become better allies by educating themselves and the other men around them by speaking up when something isn't right. The only people that can change the issue with men are men. And it says, say it louder for the handsy guys in the back. See what else I got for you here. This one here is from the Statesman. Here are some hidden benefits of adding pistachios to your plate. I love pistachios. Since our childhood, we have heard about nuts and their various health benefits. We can eat a handful of nuts within a few minutes. The amazing, crunchy, and delicious nuts are great mind meal snacks. Walnuts, almonds, cashews, pine nuts, hazelnuts, and pistachios can act as the best and healthiest delight one can have instantly when it comes to nuts. The pistachios may overlook, even though these are tiny nutritional gold mines. Pistachios are unique green hull and mild, sweet flavored nuts and are among some of the oldest nuts. These are elongated edible seeds of the Pistachio variety that belongs to the, can't say that word, also known as the cashew family. I love cashews nuts. As a matter of fact, I'm getting hungry for some now. Pistachio are not only a good source of garnishing sweets, but also make up as one of the healthiest foods. They are nutrition-packed powerhouses loaded with antioxidants, including lutein, beta-carotene, and gamma-tocopherol. They prevent cell damage that may reduce the risk of diseases. They are also rich in protein, fiber, vitamin E, vitamin K, vitamin B6, thiamine, folate, vitamin B5, and minerals such as potassium, calcium, copper, phosphorus, and magnesium. Pistachios are also a good source of essential fatty acids. See, I'm not going to read all this to you. Number 1 is help in weight loss. Number 2, lower blood sugar levels. Number 3, promotes a healthy heart. Number 4, keeps the nervous system safe. Number 5, boosts the immune system. Number 6, improve hemoglobin. How do you say that? Number 7, improves vision. Number 8, makes digestion better. How far we got to go down? Okay, number 9, tackles inflammation. Number 10, makes hair healthy. Number 11, prevent premature aging. Number 12, improves brain health. And what's this one here? I know there's a lot of people with diabetes out there. Here, number 2, lower blood sugar level. This is another benefit of consuming pistachio regularly. Research suggests that it helps those who have type 2 diabetes. Pistachio is quite effective in regulating blood sugar levels as it is a rich source of phosphorus, which helps break down the protein so the later can turn into amino acid. A regular consumption of pistachio helps with it. It keeps the blood sugar level checked. Good to know. Okay, what we got here now is it's not the cashier's fault. This is from Daily Dot. It's not the cashier's fault that they are forced to ask emails. Former Bath and Body Works employee says she never gives them her email as a customer. Popular TikToker and former Bath and Body Works employee says she refuses to give her email to cashier when she shops at the chain. The TikToker, who boasts a following of 1.8 million, says in a video posted Monday that she likes to mess with Bath and Body Works cashiers by denying them her email address. When checking out, she explained that cashiers are required to ask customers for their email address and keep a daily tab on how many customers' emails they successfully get. At the end of their shift, Bath and Body Works cashier tally the percentage of how many emails they got from the customers they service. The TikToker says If the percentage is below 80, workers have to work on it to presumably achieve a higher percentage. The TikToker seems annoyed with the policy as she questioned how employees are expected to work on it if customers don't want to give out their emails. And the customers has a right if they want to get out their emails or not. You know, I do Harbor Freight, you know, because I get my receipts by email, and Home Depot. And let's see what she has to say. Here it is.
So bad, and I always say no. And they're like, "Oh, but you could get into your emails, you get extra." At Bath and Body Works, and I think it's pretty, like, I think everybody knows at this point. I used to work at Bath and Body Works. It was pretty obvious. One thing I like to do to mess with the people at Bath and Body Works every time I go, just because it pissed me off while I worked there, is never give them my email, because one of the things that they make you do as like a cashier is like you need to get these people's emails, and you have to keep a tab of how many emails you get and how many customers you get, and then you get a percentage at the end of your shift. You have to write down the percentage of emails you got out of all your customers, and if it's below 80 or 75%, then you have to work on it. How can I work on it? I'm not gonna force these people to give me their emails. So anyways, I like to go, and like I know they want my email so bad, and I always say no. And they're like, "Oh, but you could get into your emails, you get extra discounts and this and special offers." No, I'm okay. Thank you so much. I'll just take the bag. All right, you have a good day. I'm not giving you my email. I know your tricks. And in their faces, they go from like being like, "All right, it's wonderful, yeah, thank you so much," to like, I say no to the email, and all of a sudden they're like, "Okay, bye." It was all fake. It's all fake the whole time. You just want me for my email. God. Anyways, that's what I'd like to do.
That's funny. See what we got here. We got here from Herald Weekly. It says, everyone believes these facts are true, but they are all wrong. There are so many facts we still believe and even suspect that simply aren't true, like the fact that the two sides of our brain have completely different functions, or that lightning never strikes twice in the same place. And this article will bust your bubble a bit, and hopefully you spread the word. You'll be able to end up sounding like the most intelligent person in the room at your next social gathering. Number one, here. Our body heat escapes mostly from our heads. Many people believe that we lose body heat primarily from our heads. But in fact, adults lose their body temperature quite evenly throughout their bodies. The only ones who lose most of their body temperature through their heads are babies, and even that is only when they're not fully covered and clothed. While it's important to cover your head, it won't really help if the rest of your body isn't properly covered. And I really I really believe that you lose a lot of your heat from your head. Especially if you don't have no hair. You don't have nothing to hold that heat down like a cap, you know. When I wear a cap, gloves, and something to protect my ears, maybe a stocking cap, you know, I feel a lot warmer outside. And that's the truth. So I don't believe what they're saying there. See, here's one here. Hair turns gray earlier if you dye it frequently. Many girls hesitate to dye their hair because they believe it will lead to premature graying as we age. And our hair begins to lose its pigmentation. Things that make your hair turn gray early include stress and poor health choices. So mainly a healthy lifestyle will likely keep your hair vibrant and full. Aside from them, it pretty much depends on your genetics. If dyeing your hair makes you happy, go ahead. Goldfish forget things after just 3 seconds. Now, how can they figure out how a goldfish thinks or how long they thinks? Do they put a machine on them? A beautiful goldfish used to be a child's most prized possession. Today, no one has time to look at pretty fish anymore, and go fishing just a synonym for forgetful memory. And the phrase, the memory of a goldfish does nothing to support the helpless fish cause. It's currently unknown exactly where this belief originally came from. What we do know, though, is that these fish forget things after a lot more than 3 seconds. It's been spectacular that goldfish actually have the ability to remember things up to a few months. So if you happen to say something mean to your goldfish, you're in for an awkward few months. I don't understand that. How do they know how a goldfish thinks? I know humans, can lose memory after a few seconds. Wash your hands with soap kills germs. Washing your hands is extremely important as it helps keep you relatively safe from germs and bacteria. Well, there's no dispute on the importance of using soap. The actual reason for it is much more simple. When we wash our hands with soap, all the bad things we touch stick to the soap and then get washed down the drain as we rinse it off. It's a win-win situation. We get clean and no bacteria is hurt in the process. The whole thing is very vegan friendly. Anyway, you can read the rest of this in the description box for your amusement anyway. Everyone here, Putin readies nuke capability of hitting UK and US in a new threat of West. Vladimir Putin appears to have renewed his nuclear threat against the West and railing a strategic missile capability of striking the UK and the US for combat use. Video footage shows the huge Yars rockets being installed into a silo at a military compound just outside Moscow. Putin was seen in the late October overseeing the launch of a similar missile in a mock response to a potential nuclear attack by the West amid high tension in the war with Ukraine. Russia is building up to more nuclear showboating as it prepares to mark the annual Missile Forces Day on December 17. The Yars intercontinental ballistic missile, which has a range of 7,500 miles, was installed in a silo launch pad using a special transport and loading unit. Okay, you can read about the rest of this in the description box. See what else we got here. Russian defector says training consists of being given a weapon, a target, and 5,000 bullets. Going to the front line left many broken. So Vladimir, he just throws everybody to the front line, say, well, you live, you die, just fight. A Russian defector and his unit was given no actual training before being sent to Ukraine. He told CNN that training was just being given a weapon, a target, and 5,000 bullets. He said some soldier bragged that they will be great in Ukraine, but were broken by the fighting because they're not trained. A Russian defector who is now in Europe said his unit has given almost no training before it was sent to fight in Ukraine, which left soldiers broken after they experienced the front lines. He told CNN that the training its unit received was just a commander giving the soldier a weapon, a target, and 5,000 bullets. No one was doing anything. There was no actual training, he said. He told CNN that most of the men in the unit had bragged about how good they would be at fighting in Ukraine, saying they would be like Rambo, but they were then broken when they came back from being deployed.